Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Topsy here, Topsycole. If this is the first time you've seen this face, then thank you for tuning into my channel. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it and would love to have you as part of the Topsycole family. Anyway, let's get into it because I've been told that I do ramble a lot and I don't get straight to the point. So I'm trying to get to the point in this video. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be doing a review of the Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation. I wasn't actually going to do a review on this, but I had a couple of people send me messages if I was planning to do a review and requested reviews. So I thought, why not, So I was like, okay, why not give it a go? To be honest, I haven't got any products from Huda Beauty. I've never ever bought any of her products before. I do know of her. I have heard of her, but I just never bought anything. I don't know why. But I thought, why not give this foundation a try, see how, it performs. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. So if you're interested to see a review on this foundation, this is how it looks like. Actually, I'll show you the box. The box it comes in looks like that. Obviously, I've opened it. That's how it looks like. So I'm going to give you specs of this foundation just to get all the nitty-gritty details out of the way. So this foundation, it comes in 35 mils. The color that I chose is Mocha 500G. It retails for £32. I live in the UK, for those who don't know. And you can get this foundation in store, I believe. If I'm wrong, then leave a comment in the comment section. But I believe you can get it from Harrods in their store and in Selfridges, I believe. Online, you can also get it from Harrods and Selfridges. And I got mine online at Cult Beauty. I didn't get matched because those two stores that I mentioned are in central London. I live nowhere near there. I live about an hour away from there. So I'm not going to go all the way there just to match. So I just did a bit of research and this is the color that I settled for. This is not a first impression video. I have tried this foundation out because I do like to try out things so that when I come on here, I can give you a more sort of informed review of the product. So that's why I tend to sort of test drive the product before I come on here to give you a review. The claims of this foundation is that it blends seamlessly into the skin, dries to a radiant matte powdery finish that looks luminous, that doesn't look dry or cakey. It also claims to be enriched with good for skin ingredients like argan oil, which would improve your skin in the long run. I think Huda came out with a brush as well as a primer during the launch of this foundation. I didn't pick up either because I do have primers that work for me, so I didn't really feel the need to get the primer. Also, I have a ton of brushes, so I also didn't feel the need to get the brush. If I put this in terms of price points, if I was to compare this to Fenty, which was like the newest, the release just before Huda came out with her foundation. The Fenty Beauty came in a 32ml bottle and cost £26. The Huda Beauty foundation comes in a 35ml bottle and costs £32. So if I put my matte hat on, because I'm a bit of a matte geek, the Fenty Beauty per mil costs 81 pence. And for the Huda Beauty Full Filter Foundation, we're looking at per mil, we're looking at 91 pence. So technically, the Huda Beauty foundation is more expensive. So enough talk about the claims and, the little deeds of the foundation. Let me show you how the foundation looks on my skin and also give you, my opinion and my take on the foundation. It does come with actually a sample of the primer in the box. You can see I've already used it, so obviously it's opened. But that's how the sachet that was put in there looks like. I'm just going to put the primer on. What I would say about the primer is that it does have a smell to it. It's almost like a perfumey smell. It's very, very rich. It feels very rich and luxurious. You don't need too much because it's very moisturizing. It does have a very moisturizing feeling to it. It definitely has a very sticky feeling to it. So I'm going to take the foundation. It's in a plastic bottle, by the way, which I don't mind, to be honest, because I'm very clumsy. So if it was a glass bottle, the tendency of me breaking it is very high. So I don't mind that it's in a plastic bottle. Although when you do see it online, you actually think, because it looks like proper glass, but it's not. So I'm going to take my little palette thing here. I'm going to do one pump first and do one side of my face. I decided not to color correct with this foundation like I normally would with my other foundations, but just to use it as it comes with the primer. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. powder brush, then I'm going to buff that into my skin. Don't know if I mentioned that the color that I am in, or the color that I chose, was 500G. I felt like that was probably my best bet in terms of color match. So I still have a bit left on my palette here. So I did use about a quarter of that pump. And this is what one side looks like. So this is I've taken the rest of that pump. Actually, let me just blend it in and then you can see that's just one pump. So as you can see, although it does cover, but if I'm going for full coverage, I don't feel like this is it. I feel like there's still sort of patches. I feel like I haven't totally covered my face. My nose doesn't feel covered. So that's why I don't believe that one pump is enough. So I'm going to go in with another pump and just build on that. So effectively, I've used 2 pumps, which I think realistically is what you need to do a full face. That's how it's looking like with 2 pumps. I would say that the coverage is amazing. The finish, when I first used it, I was like, wow. That's how it looks like. I come closer. So it's a beautiful, beautiful finish. I love the finish. I think Huda actually did say that Huda tips, is that if you want a full coverage finish, then just, I guess she said 1 pump, but I beg to differ. I would say more 2 pumps for a full face. If you want more of a medium coverage, then use either your moisturizer or the primer, mix it in with the foundation. That gives more of a medium coverage, sort of like if you don't want like a full-on beat face. So I'm going to go on to do my concealer like I normally do. And I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape. And the color that I use in this is deep. I actually mix it now. I use the I use a bit of the deep and a bit of the tan sand as well, just to give me more of like a highlighted look. So I just use like one just under my eye, about two. And I get my beauty blender. And I'm going to set that in place with my Mercier powder. You guys know my forehead gets very shiny, so I do put a bit of powder on there. Gonna powder the face. I'm just gonna set it like I normally do. I think it says that obviously you can get away with not setting your face because the foundation dries down to a powdery finish. But I would rather set it because my T-zone is oily. So that's how the face is looking. All set. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna finish my face off camera, put on my lashes. I'm not doing anything to my eyes per se. Just put an eyeliner on, lashes, and all that good stuff. And then I'll come back and give you my thoughts on what I feel about the foundation. So I'm back now. You know, I put my face together. So this is the finished look. I believe that the color match wasn't bad. I think I did a good job matching myself. You know, looking at my chest compared to my face. Or do you guys think it's a bit too dark? Let me know what you think. I think the color is not bad. I mean, for an indie brand, which is what she says she is, she didn't do too bad with 30 shades. And from what I understand, she will be looking to bring out more shades in the near future. So what do I think about this foundation? So I go with the pros. The positives of this foundation for me is, I mean, the finish is flawless. It does claim to give you a flawless look, and I would say definitely flawless finish. It's full coverage, so it covers everything. I mean, to be honest, I don't really have much pigmentation going or blemishes going on my skin, but if you're someone who, you know, has that, then guaranteed it would cover that 100%. So I would say in terms of the finish, it's absolutely beautiful. When I wore it for the first time, it felt like almost like a porcelain doll. Is that what they call it? Yeah, a porcelain doll, finished, very smooth, very. It's very beautiful. It's a very beautiful finish. I definitely give it that. The finish, I can't speak. It's an A+ for me with regards to the finish. Another positive is obviously it does cover everything in terms of if you have deep under eye circles, if you have blemishes, if you have hyperpigmentation, if you have scars, it would cover everything. So that's another positive. It does give that airbrushed full filter finish that it does claim. Absolutely. It feels like you have a filter on. I don't know what you guys are seeing on screen, but I feel like I have a filter on my skin at the moment. And it doesn't feel cakey at all. It doesn't feel heavy. I don't feel like I have a heavy foundation on. So I definitely say, yeah, that's definitely a plus. Yeah, so overall, the finish is amazing. The coverage is good. And you feel like you have a filter on. Who doesn't want all that in a foundation? So I definitely say thumbs up for that. Yeah, well done. Absolutely amazing. There are some cons that I would mention. One con for me that I think some people might not like is that it does have a smell to it. There is a fragrance to the foundation. So if you're someone who's sensitive in terms of you don't like, you know, your foundation to have a smell, Now, some people, if you there's fragrance in a foundation, it would cause you to break out, then I would say this foundation is not for you. If you're someone who wants a natural beat, who wants the no makeup look, then this foundation would definitely not be for you because it's full coverage. You would look like you have makeup on, no doubt. I've worn this foundation twice now prior to today. And what I found was that in terms of oil control, I'm not confident that it's as good controlling my oils, well, with the primer anyway, because I haven't used it with my primer, but with the primer that came with it. I felt like after 4 hours, I felt the need, my oil started to seep through, and I felt a need to blot. With my other foundations, I normally don't experience that till probably around the 6 hour mark. But with this one, after 4 hours, I definitely could see, oils around my T-zone starting to come through. So in terms of oil control, you might need to blot sooner than you normally would. It did say it will dry to a radiant. So when you hear radiant, luminous, so that already means that obviously it's not going to be a matte foundation. So I would say it's more like a semi-matte foundation, and which still gives you that dewy look. So for my oily girls, combination girls, if that's a problem for you, then I'd say this foundation is not for you. Comparing it to the Fenty Beauty, Fenty definitely stays matte for me over 6 hours. So I'd say in terms of oil control, Fenty wins. But in terms of finish and everything else, definitely the Huda Beauty Full Filter. I give it all kinds of thumbs up for that. If you have dry skin, I believe that you would love this foundation. You would love this foundation. Definitely. So I guess the $1,000,000 question is, would I recommend this foundation? Or would I say you should grab it or you should pass on it? Absolutely, you need to grab this. Who doesn't want to look flawless? I think that's what we all aspire for, the way. Well, I know I do. I know I want my makeup to look flawless. I know that I want to hide any pigmentation. And on days when obviously I want to go for the natural finish, this would not be the foundation I'll reach for. But I would definitely say to get this kind of finish and to only need 1.5, 2 pumps, and to get 35 mils, of course, why not? I would say I absolutely love this foundation. It's a winner in my books. I don't mind blotting after 4 hours. I blot anyway, so what is the next, blotting 2 hours early really doesn't make a difference. I'm already used to blotting my face, so I wouldn't say this is a deal breaker for me in terms of the fact that the oil control is not, compared to my other foundations. I would definitely not knock it for that. I think it's amazing. I love the coverage. I love the finish. I think I've said that like 3 times, so you definitely get the gist. I love this foundation and I definitely will be repurchasing. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If it was helpful for you, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Love to have you. Come join the family and let's go on this crazy ride together. I guess that's me done. I'll catch you guys in another video very soon. Take care, guys. Bye. You make everybody else worthless. You make everything so worthless.